What if intimacy in marriage isn't something that fades over time, but something that slowly starves because nobody is feeding it? What if the distance you sometimes feel with your wife isn't because she's changed, but because the connection between you hasn't been nurtured the same way it was in the beginning? A lot of husbands start to notice a quiet shift, fewer lingering touches, fewer playful moments, more silence than warmth. You still love each other, but it doesn't feel electric anymore. You're partners, but not lovers. The spark that once came easily now feels like something you have to chase. Most men don't talk about this because they think it means something is wrong with them or their marriage. So they hold it in, power through, distract themselves, or assume this is just what marriage becomes after a few years. But deep down, they miss the excitement. They miss her reaching for them. They miss the feeling of being wanted, not just relied on. Here's the truth most husbands never hear. Intimacy doesn't disappear by accident. It disappears because the marriage shifts into survival mode instead of connection mode. But the good news is, intimacy can return faster than most men realize, once you know how to feed it again. If you're new here, subscribe to Stronger Together, helping men build stronger marriages. Now let's get into the 10 secrets every husband can use to keep intimacy alive. The first secret is to create emotional safety. Desire doesn't show up when someone feels guarded or tense. Your wife opens up when she feels secure with you. Think about arguments in your home. Do they end with both of you feeling understood or just exhausted? Emotional safety means she knows she can bring you her thoughts or her stress without paying a cost for it later. A practical way to build this is to pause before reacting defensively. Instead of jumping to fix or debate, say, "I hear you. Help me understand what you're really feeling." One more tip, don't weaponize her vulnerability later. When she trusts you with her feelings, she trusts you physically again. The second secret is to stay curious about her. Early in the relationship, you asked questions because you genuinely wanted to know her. You weren't just talking, you were discovering. Intimacy dries up when husbands assume they already know everything about their wife. But she's evolving all the time. A simple example. When was the last time you asked about her dreams, her stress, her goals, or what she wishes she had more of in life? Curiosity creates closeness. One easy tip is to ask one deeper question a day. Not surface level, but something that pulls her into conversation instead of routine. Curiosity is foreplay most men overlook. The third secret is playful energy. Before marriage, you didn't need a reason to flirt or tease her or make her laugh. You created moments. Over time, most couples lose the playfulness and keep only the logistics. The problem is, logistics don't trigger attraction. If the only conversations you have are about the kids or the house or the schedule, romance has nowhere to breathe. A simple move is to reintroduce lightness. A joke in the kitchen. A playful bump on the hip. A sneak-up hug from behind. These little sparks tell her, we're not just teammates, we're still two people who like each other. The fourth secret is masculine presence. One of the biggest intimacy killers is when a man becomes mentally checked out, always on his phone, tuned into work, or half present at home. Women don't want perfection, they want presence. They want to feel like you are really there with them. Masculine presence means grounded energy. It means listening fully. It means looking into her eyes when she talks. It means your attention is actually on her, not somewhere else. One practical tip is to create phone-free windows where your attention has no competition. Another is to slow down your body language. Calmer energy feels safer and more attractive. The fifth secret is anticipation. Intimacy thrives on build-up. Many men unintentionally kill anticipation by treating connection like a switch instead of a slow burn. If touch only happens at bedtime, there is no warm-up. Attraction needs ritual, not a sudden request. A small example is telling her earlier in the day, "I've been thinking about you all afternoon," or "I can't wait to be close to you tonight." That plants a seed. Another strategy is micro-connection throughout the day. A kiss that lasts 3 seconds longer. A soft touch on her back while passing by. A whisper in her ear. Intimacy grows in the hours before anything physical ever happens. The sixth secret is to protect polarity. Polarity is the natural pull between masculine and feminine energy. When you both operate in the same mode all the time, business mode, task mode, planning mode, the attraction shrinks. Intimacy requires contrast. Calm strength meets openness. Leadership meets softness. Direction meets receptivity. You don't force polarity. You create it by stepping into grounded leadership instead of passively waiting for connection to happen. A practical way to do this is to initiate plans more often and take responsibility for the emotional tone of the evening. When you lead energy, she responds to it. The seventh secret is physical affection without agenda. Many women pull away from intimacy because they feel like every touch is leading to sex. It stops feeling affectionate and starts feeling transactional. To keep passion alive, she has to feel wanted, not used. When you touch her without expecting anything in return, her guard drops. That includes forehead kisses, hand-holding, slow hugs, fingers through her hair. One easy exercise is a rule you keep privately. Offer 3 affectionate touches per day that have no goal attached. When connection is no longer pressured, it becomes natural again. The 8th secret is self-respect and personal growth. Attraction is not just about how you treat her, it is also about how you carry yourself. When you grow, she feels re-attracted. When you level up in your fitness, mindset, discipline, or mission, she sees the man she fell in love with moving forward, not declining. Nothing makes a woman feel desired like a man who also desires growth in himself. A great starting point is picking one area of life you have neglected: your health, your ambition, your confidence, and committing to consistent improvement. Energy rises when a man is becoming more, not shrinking. The 9th secret is creating experiences, not just routines. Intimacy is emotional memory. The feelings you used to have together came from doing things you no longer do. If every evening looks the same: couch, phone, scrolling, sleep, there is no spark. You don't need big vacations to feel alive together. You just need novelty. Take her somewhere new. Go for a night drive with music. Watch a sunset from a place you've never gone. Make a spontaneous dinner out of nowhere. Intimacy is not just about closeness, it is about aliveness. When you create moments, she feels drawn to you again. The 10th secret is to express desire clearly and consistently. Many husbands want more intimacy, but never actually say it with confidence. They either stay silent, get frustrated, or wait for her to initiate. But desire is magnetic when spoken with calm strength. Your wife wants to hear that you want her. Not in a desperate way, but in a grounded, masculine way. Tell her what you love about her. Tell her what draws you in. Tell her she still affects you. That kind of desire communicates, "I choose you." One practical tip is to verbalize appreciation in real time. Say it when the moment hits you, not after the moment passes. Words of desire open the door for physical connection. When these 10 secrets work together, intimacy does not become a struggle, it becomes a rhythm. Emotional safety, curiosity, playfulness, presence, anticipation, polarity, affection without pressure, personal growth, memorable experiences, and spoken desire. These are the roots that keep passion alive long after the honeymoon stage fades. Let's recap what we covered. Intimacy stays alive when a husband creates emotional safety and stays curious about who his wife is becoming. Playful energy keeps things light instead of heavy. Presence replaces distraction. Anticipation builds attraction throughout the day. Polarity creates the spark between masculine and feminine energy. Affection without hidden agendas opens the door for closeness. Personal growth keeps you attractive to her spirit as well as her body. New shared experiences keep the relationship fresh. And expressing desire out loud lets her feel wanted again. These habits don't just keep intimacy alive, they feed it daily so it grows instead of fades. Before we close, hear this. Intimacy is not luck, timing, or personality. It is the result of intention. You don't have to become a different man, you just have to start showing up again as the man you once were, with the maturity and depth you have now. When you lead with presence and connection, she naturally leans back toward you. The spark is not gone. It is waiting for leadership, not permission. The moment you invest in intimacy again, she starts to feel chosen again. Which of these 10 secrets do you think you need to focus on first? Like, comment, and subscribe to Stronger Together for more marriage and relationship advice for men. Stay intentional, stay grounded, and remember, passion is something you build, not something you lose. You have